Welcome to the show, guys. Happy Thursday. We are talking beasts. Yes, running back beasts. This is a big show. This is huge. No, not Tim the Beast. We're talking running back beasts. We're talking the workhorses. We're going to highlight them. Should they be worth drafting? This is a big show. Tim, welcome to the show. I'm pumped up, man.
You are ready to rock. Let's kill it.
Let's destroy this episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure, guys, you tap it, you slap it, you smash it, you hit the thumbs up, guys. Hit it right now and grab the 16-round draft solution. Sleepers, breakouts, optimal players draft in each round. Everything you need to smash your leagues. Printable cheat sheet, which I update up until the season starts. Everything you guys need, and grab a ticket to the Sports Summit. We got Kyron Williams, Trey Benson, Pat Fryermuth, Frank Gore Jr., Rashid Shaheed, and more. It's going to be exciting, guys. Grab a ticket to the Summit and the 16-round draft solution, the ultimate fantasy football experience. Linked all below. Tim, are you ready to go? Are you ready to dive into running backs? Are you excited?
Absolutely. You said, what are these volume getters? They're big guys. We got them.
They're the beasts. They're the beasts. They're the guys. Because it's now we know with fantasy football, running backs are like the dinosaur. They're going away. We're talking about the beasts. We're giving them attention. We're going to go through them, and we're going to talk about who is worth drafting, their ADPs, some big names. Breece Hall, Bijan. Should you draft them? Who should you draft? Everything for running backs. I'm ready to dive in. Are you, Tim?
Yes, sir. Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock it. Let's get to it, guys. All right, guys, ready to dive into it. Tim the Bald Guy, how you feeling, man? Are you ready for fantasy football? It's already June.
I'm good. Look at me. Look at the size of my head. My head looks massive. I could be a running back.
I doubt that. More like run over.
Or crawling back or something.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Tim, so let's get right to it, man. Smash it, tap it, slap it, hit the thumbs up. Let's talk about the first workhorse running back, Breece Hall. Now, listen, Breece Hall is in a great situation. He is the RB1. He is the volume guy. Last year, over 200 attempts plus. And Dalvin Cook was there. Now, I told them, I told everybody, even the Jets, I tagged them. I said, listen, you guys are crazy. What a waste. I think they paid like Dalvin Cook like $8 million last year just to warm the bench. Tim, you and I could have warmed the bench last year.
And I'll do it for $1 million. I'm not greedy, people.
That's it. Pay Tim $1 million. And there's so many like free agents that got signed. They're just totally useless this year. But anyways, Breece Hall, he's coming off in the first round. I was in a 2K buy-in league, tight end premium, one quarterback league, and he came off before my guy Bijan. I got Bijan at 8, and I think Breece came off at 4 or 5. Okay, listen, he's the workhorse. He's the man, and he is 100% knock on wood healthy. Dude, I love him. One stipulation, though, Tim, about him is Braylon Allen. They drafted him, and he is a monster as well. Some people are comparing him to either a Derrick Henry, and some people are comparing him to an A.J. Dillon, which is going to be just a guy that's going to be there maybe to plug some in near the goal line. But aside from that, Tim, Breece Hall is the man. Do you love Breece this year?
I do, but you know what was disappointing? You mentioned a vulture. Well, 223 attempts. That's to me, that's not a vulture. That's not a heavy workload, man.
So that's what vulture. Like I'm saying a beast, just a beast.
Sorry, not a vulture, volume getter. Sorry, my bad. But yes, 223 attempts is low. 5 rushing touchdowns. I mean, there's a lot of numbers here that need to improve, and the only way they're going to improve is if Aaron Rodgers is the man and stays healthy and everything works out. So you're paying a high price for Breece. Everything has to go his way because these numbers, even though they're good, kind of mediocre-ish, really.
Yeah, it was a bad offense, but you got to understand that he was coming off that torn knee, so they eased him in at the season. They didn't really unleash him. Then he had that one big breakout run, if you remember, and then he got caught by one of the corners, got tackled. He was kind of out of breath. He was just kind of getting into that. So it took him 2 or 3 weeks to get in. Then he finally kind of got unleashed. And again, now they brought Braylon Allen, but again, it's a bit of a concern, but it's like, no. He's still going to be the man. If Dalvin Cook didn't take any volume, they obviously believe in him. That's an indicator to me that he's going to absolutely be the man, the beast.
He is. We need to see an increase in every stat for this guy. I mean, 1,000 yards rushing is pretty damn good. I won't complain with that, but only 5 rushing touchdowns. He actually did a lot better in the receiving game, man. 76 of 95 for 590, which could be better, but for receiving touchdown too. Everything has to increase, and the only way it's going to happen is with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers definitely going to help that offense. Garrett Wilson healthy. It's going to be an interesting offense to watch. Garrett Wilson, excited to see what he does this year at wide receiver. Tons of volume should be going his way. Dude, I'm super, super excited about Breece Hall. Now, some people keep asking me, Tim, the next guy here is Bijan Robinson. People keep asking me, Bijan or Breece, if your back's against the wall, who do you go with? And I lean Bijan simply because I don't know if you saw it, but he said that he was talking to Zach Robinson, the new offensive coordinator, and they're saying that they're going to run Bijan like CMC. And they should have last year because every time he touched the ball, he looked absolutely phenomenal. It was Arthur Smith that hindered him, and he was learning the offense. So now he's learned the offense. He's learned the team. He's more comfortable. He knows the speed of the NFL. And Algier is just not even a compliment now. He's just a direct backup. If before he was a compliment, now he's just going to be a backup. Bijan, if you ask me, I lean Bijan, man. He is just so dynamic, exciting. Kirk Cousins is there. Dude, I'm super excited about Bijan. He's the next beast we want to talk about.
But see, this is more of a committee than
Nah.
Breece Hall definitely was. Oh God, yes. I mean,
No.
Algier did take only a small step back last year. He will take a bigger step back again this year, but this is definitely more of a committee than Breece Hall had. So that's the only thing. And you know, Atlanta has always been a very run-heavy team too. So there's benefits to both sides here. I can see it, and I'm definitely high on Bijan as well. Man, it's everything's got to work out. The fact that Kirk Cousins is there now too, though, is a really good thing. So hopefully Bijan will get a lot more in the passing game. I just, it's so hard, man. These are both round one guys, but everything's got to work out perfect for these guys.
And that's what I want to talk about. So I'm looking at the workhorse running backs. After we go over our kind of the volume getters, the beasts here as we go through them, I want to kind of just go over and kind of count on our hands and really just analyze who are the guys that are actually prime for volume. And so far, it is Bijan, it is Breece. Again, you're going to get a committee. They have to have a backup. As much as I hate it and you hate it as a fantasy football fan, when we're talking running backs, you're going to have those backup guys. It's just part of the game. It's frustrating, Tim, but it's there, man. They're there. What can we do?
Yeah, as long as they're not guys that are going to like steal all the red zone, all the goal line touches, all that, which you're not going to see here. Algier's not going to be that guy either. He's going to get used sporadically in the passing game and in the rushing game. So he's still there. He's going to take some numbers away from Bijan. It sucks, but it is what it is. That's the real game of football, baby.
When I gave you the list of guys we want to talk about, I didn't add this guy in because of the fact that, and I want to go off on a side tangent here. Let's talk real quickly on Zamir Gibbs. I do want to note something, Tim, here, based on attempts last year. Montgomery had more. Zamir Gibbs was just more dynamic, amazing. And I think Montgomery had 13 touchdowns compared to Zamir Gibbs' 10. So if somebody's getting 200 attempts and Zamir Gibbs is getting, let's say, 182, even though Zamir is more of a receiving back, and even though Zamir Gibbs can finish as a top 10, Tim, would you even consider Zamir as a workhorse, knowing that Montgomery's there taking 200 plus attempts? And would you invest a first round pick knowing that Montgomery's going to be a pest? That's my question to you.
No.
I'm going to say no.
No, God, no, because Montgomery is he's a good guy, man. He's a good size. He's a good running back. He's going to get those touchdowns, man. That is definitely a committee.
But everyone's making the argument that even still, with Montgomery there, Gibbs finished top 10 in PPR. With knowing that and knowing that he's going to get a slight increase in production, maybe even a significant increase in production, knowing that he's going to finish top 10, knowing he only expands on his role and Montgomery might decrease on his role, and he's going to finish top 10, wouldn't that incentivize you to take him in the first round? Because that's what everybody's saying. And I'm just like, I still am bothered by Montgomery.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. I mean, you got to go back to like New Orleans back in 2018, 2019, where they had, yeah, like you have to go way back to have that true duo. And that's almost what these guys are right now. They're definitely both going to see work. They're both going to see goal line work. This is 100% committee.
Okay, guys, let us know in the comments below. All right. Will you draft Zamir Gibbs? Because we're talking workhorse guys, especially in the first round. Even with wide receivers, you want those volume getters, the beasts. You want the beasts. And yes, I love Zamir Gibbs. I want to go on record, Tim, that I absolutely love Zamir Gibbs. The problem is Montgomery, and he's a problem. And one thing I keep telling everybody is like, picture this, Tim. Okay, it's week one. Let's picture this. All right, it's week one, Tim, and you've drafted Zamir Gibbs round one. And it's the first drive. The Lions come out, they trot out there, Jared Goff, and you see Montgomery's jersey, on the first drive coming out as the RB1. That would annoy me. That would bother me significantly.
Not just that, but let's say they march it down the field. They get to the 4-yard line and in comes Montgomery. That's what's going to happen.
It's going to annoy me. So that's why I want to get the workload. That's why we're talking about this show. That's why we're talking about the beasts. The beast, Tim, unleash the beasts.
Yeah, guys that should see the volume. Absolutely.
Tim, if I had like a werewolf outfit today, I would have wore it today. Like
That's
I would have wore it. It's the beast show.
The guys that'll take it down, take it all.
All right, let's keep going here, guys. Again, if you have not gotten 16 rounds, make sure you guys do get 16 rounds. It'll put your light years out of the competition. Sleepers, breakouts, optimal players drafting each round. Use code SMASH to save. Tim, I'm super excited about 16 rounds. It's polished. It's ready to go.
Yeah, man, 16 rounds. You've been doing this for years now. You know what you're talking about. You've got this down pat. Anybody who hasn't tried it has got to try it.
Absolutely, guys. Grab it below. Use code SMASH to save. All right, let's move on to our next guy here.
This one's a no-brainer. Like, come on. This is even Joe, even you have to say this is a no-brainer. This is a true workhorse.
All right, I got a problem with him. So here's my problem, Tim. The guy is 28 years old or whatever he is. Okay, he just got an extension of $19 million a year for the next 2 years. Again, kind of resetting that running back market. So he gets just paid more money. I look at it, man, the guy's belly is full, okay? He's just blew his load the past couple of years, the Super Bowl hangover, 2 good years. He's going down this year, either with injury or a significant decline. You're shaking your head here for all those people in the car. He is going down. He is going down. He's done. This is it. Christian McCaffrey's done. I'm telling you, they brought in Isaac Guerrero, who scored really good in the combine. Good running time, good metrics. Listen, it's time for Christian McCaffrey to pass the torch. And I think it was a huge waste of money by the 49ers, knowing this guy is at the tail end of his career, knowing the fact that he's going to decline, knowing the fact that he has shown signs of injuries in 2020, 2021, where he played 10 games in those 2 seasons combined. And some people say, oh, you're always wrong on Christian McCaffrey. Well, let me tell you something, Tim. I'm not wrong on Christian McCaffrey. I'm 2 for 2 on Christian McCaffrey. I'm 2 for 2 because I was right in 20. No. I was right.
No. You're like 2 for 4, maybe. 2 for 5 even.
No, because I wasn't really against him until like 2022. But in that case, it's like, so yeah, I'm kind of 0 for 2 if you think about it, because he had 2 good years. Because after those 2 years of injuries, actually after his first year injury, I was like, he sucks. Like, don't draft him again. But he had 2 years of injury. And I'm 2 for 2, dude, because he crapped the bed in 2020, 2021, and then he did well the past 2 years. I think I'm 2 for 2. So this is the deciding year.
That's how delusional you are, because you tell him every year not to take CMC, no matter what. So you've only been right twice, and that's because of injury. Barring injury, he is stinking. He's gold, man. We've talked about it. I've yelled at you 100 times over this. He is gold. He is the best ever. And he's not done yet. He's got a couple good years still left.
I guarantee you that either Bijan, Breece, or someone else is coming in, and they're going to take the torch and significantly have more fantasy points than him. You'll see.
No, not significantly. No. I mean, maybe close. That's
injury is included. And that's what people will say when he does get hurt. They'll be like, oh, you can't predict injuries. Yes, I'm predicting injury. And some people, you know what the worst is, though? When I'm making a prediction based on law of probability, saying that like what goes up must come down, he's been perfect for so long, he's bound to get hurt or major decline or something's going to happen. He's been too perfect, right? People are like, oh, you're wishing injury. I'm not wishing. Predicting something and wishing something are totally different things, Tim, I would say, right?
Yes, but I still don't like it. I still don't like what you're doing.
Hold on. I don't have a coin here. Do I have a coin here? Like, hold on. Let me get a coin here.
How many times is it going to be heads? How many times is it going to be tails?
I got a quarter here, okay? Oh, I'm wishing on a star. No, I'm not. I'm not wishing on anything. Wishing would look something like this. I wish he had an injury. No, it's not. I'm not doing that. So we need to get off that. The haters just have something to comment about. All right. So anyway, Christian McCaffrey, he still is a beast. We'll give him that. But yeah, decline is definitely imminent. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the next guy here. My guy that I love, and he is set to be that guy. He led all running backs at the end of the season with most rushing attempts. The guy was a beast in regards to running back numbers. They willingly got rid of Josh Jacobs. I know you're making my argument, which is like, okay, if he didn't start over Josh Jacobs, he's not a true guy, but he is. And by the way, I did some research on Zamir White. I saw a YouTube video. Apparently he was like, I don't know the whole story, but he was like, his mom was pregnant with him. I don't know how many months, 6 months or something. He was only 1 pound and his chances of survival were very low. And they said, just have him be born because I just want him to have even one breath. So he had all these adversities growing up. And I think that there was, and correct me if I'm wrong, he's talking about the Rock, Tim's boxing. He's like, oh, the Rock.
In that Rock, yeah.
The true Rocky story. And then I think there was like he had a trailer and it went on fire and his mom saved his grandma and him. Anyway, I was halfway through the video and then I got interrupted with phone calls and stuff. So I got to go back and listen to it. But apparently he's like a total underdog. So I'm excited for him, man. I'm excited to see what he does this year. He's given the opportunity to be the workhorse guy. He proved he can be the workhorse guy at the end of the season. They brought in Madison, who doesn't strike me as a major threat to take volume because he's had the opportunity. He sucked. He averaged, 3.9 yards per carry. Madison did last year when he had the chance to be the guy. Always a backup, will be a backup. Zamir is the guy, man. They believe in him, and that's why they didn't draft anybody else. They just brought in Madison for depth. He is prime, dude. And the reason people are sleeping on him is because of that offense, man. It's like they have depth. It's like they don't have a quarterback, and it's like, okay, but still, man, he's going to eat, and they got Adams there, too, to spread the field out. But anyway, those are my thoughts, man. I love him, man. I think he's an absolute beast. Fifth round ADP, fifth round, Tim.
He is a steal, man. So you're saying fifth round. I think it's even later than fifth. Like his ADP is 76 right now. He's like RB23. This is a guy that is primed. Yes, Madison's there. Yes, Madison will get some work.
Yeah.
I think Zamir owns the backfield here. I don't think it's an issue. I'm all over him, man. And at that price, holy crap, that's a steal.
Yeah, and mind you, there is other guys, and this is the weird year where like you can get value at the running back that could be workhorses. Guys like Trey Benson later, Jonathan Brooks, who are in committees, but they're like maybe they could emerge there. But we're just talking about the guys now that are just absolutely prime for workload. And Zamir White is one of them. All right, we got two more here. I'll mention an honorable mention or two as well. But again, there is committees. I know Kyron Williams. Let's just go through a couple honorable mentions. Kyron Williams, they drafted Blake Corum. Kyron Williams was kind of an undrafted round 5 guy. He was a late round guy. I think he was undrafted, wasn't he? He kind of came out of nowhere last year. He's coming to the Fantasy Sports Summit. I love him. But I still think Blake Corum is going to be a bit of a pest. I wanted to kind of bring that up. And then also, who else I want to bring up here that also is going to be...
You mentioned Saquon.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about Saquon real quick. He's also a guy in Philly who's going to absolutely eat this year. But again, years to us were not wowed as of late. Could it have been the team he was on? Possibly. Could he have been disgruntled? Maybe, Tim, right? I don't know.
Yeah. The fresh start here may be good for Saquon. I don't know. It's been a long time. Like he came out rookie year, killed it, and then it's just been ho-hum ever since.
Yeah. But yeah, he's another honorable mention here. And then we got two more here. The next guy here, which I ended up getting in the third round, Tim, of the 2K buy-in league, it tends to fall. Again, it depends on the people because running backs are coming off early, so Henry is coming off relatively early. You're saying you're seeing him come off round 4 based on ADP numbers wise. Looks like round 4. I hear he comes off as early as 2. In my draft, he came off round 3. He was next on the ADP in a 12-person, 1-quarterback league. Either way, round 2 to 3 ADP, let's just say that. He is primed for volume. Mind you, I'm not really a fan of running backs on teams where the quarterback is a major running back, and puts up top 10 running back rushing numbers. But with Lamar, that's just the way the NFL is going now, man. All these quarterbacks are running, man. But Derrick Henry is the king.
But look at this too. Last year, Gus Edwards had 13 rushing touchdowns. That's Gus Edwards. So, yeah. I think Henry's in a great spot here. I think the yardage is coming down, and you want to talk about age and people getting up there. He's 30 this year. So you want to talk crap about CMC being 28. Well, Derrick Henry's 30. Derrick Henry is heavily used, man. There were probably 6-7 years where he had 300 attempts every year. So this guy has been through the ringer. He's definitely, I don't want to be a Joe. I'm not being a Joe. I'm just going to say he's 30. Well, he's seen a lot of use. I'm a little concerned, but no matter what, I see the yardage coming down. I see the touchdown staying up there. All in all, I think it's a good balance. And if you're taking him in 2, you're overpaying. If you're getting him in late 3, 4, it's a good value.
Good value, man. I still think he eats, man. There's really nobody else there. Like I look at the depth chart there, man. You got
a rushing quarterback that takes a lot.
I know, but you got Keaton Mitchell, you got Justice Hill. Like there's zero.
I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about Lamar, and I'm just worried about it's not that kind of a team.
I know. We'll see, though. We'll see. I still think they're going to, maybe that's what they brought him in for, to kind of take away from that pressure. And I think that's the same situation that's going on with Philly, whereas like Jalen Hurts had 15 rushing touchdowns, dude, and they've got rid of Kelsey, right? He retires. So it's like the tush push. Maybe they want to kind of alleviate, that pressure into the goal line with the Saquon, and same thing with Derrick Henry here with the Ravens. We'll see. Now they've got to shoot. It's going to be interesting because you've got, old running back, new team with a rushing quarterback. It's kind of all bad recipes for disaster. But the good news is it's Derrick Henry. He is a special player, man. He is just one of a kind. There's only one Derrick Henry. And not only that, is like he demands the volume and there's no competition there. So there's a lot of pluses, but I think the pluses outweigh the negatives here.
You
So
just gotta get him at the right price. That's all, man. Second round is too much.
all right, next guy here, final guy I want to talk about here. We've kind of talked about all the workhorses here. And again, like I said, as a disclaimer, there is other guys that can emerge. The Trey Bensons, the Jonathan Brooks. And, one injury to any of these guys, if God forbid, Breece Hall goes down, Braylon Allen becomes that beast. But so there's a lot of shifting and moving and some other guys that could really emerge here. But the last guy I want to talk about here is Jonathan Taylor to wrap this up. I mean, we talked about this guy before on another show. Lately, years to Wallace Renard has stayed healthy. And similarly, he's in a situation with a running quarterback who's put on some weight. I think he's 255 pounds. He's a beast, is Anthony Richardson. So I don't know, Tim. This is going to be another strange situation. No committee, but I mean, if you look at the 4 games Richardson played, I think going back, it was like 4 rushing touchdowns for Richardson in like 3 games out of the 4 games he played. It was insane, dude. Like he's like a running back.
The price is just too high here on Taylor. That's my only complaint here. I love Jonathan Taylor. I think he's still got a lot of life left in him. I think everything's going to be good, but he's still young. He's 25, but he missed a third of the games over the last 2 years. I'm concerned about that. I just think the price is way too high. He should not be going first round. He should be going late too.
Yeah. Yeah, he is expensive, man. And again, a big part of that is the fact that there is zero committee there. There's literally nobody else there. It's like Jonathan Taylor and like everybody else. So
I can agree with that, but I do believe Richardson's going to take a lot of those touchdowns that Jonathan Taylor's going to need, because I don't think the yardage is going to be there. He's not going to be putting up the 1,800 rushing yards. I don't see that. So he needs those TDs, and I don't think they're going to be there. I just think the price is too high.
Yeah, but I think he's still primed to get the volume. I still think he's going to get the volume no matter what. Does he stay healthy, and how much is Richardson going to take away? That's the big question. A couple other honorable mentions here. I just want to talk about this again. Kyron Williams, I think Blake Corum's going to be a problem. They got ATN, but I've already heard out of rumblings that Tank Bigsby's going to get some volume there. Rachaad White was a workhorse last year. They did draft a rookie there. Again, Rachaad White was a boring guy, Tim, not a guy that excites me in regards to explosiveness, but the volume could be there, but he's going to be lackluster. So, and again, there's Josh Jacobs as well. But again, they drafted a rookie as well that's going to be, be a thorn on his side as well. So again, a lot of young, amazing rookies that are kind of behind people that, I don't know, but they could emerge, couldn't turn into a committee. But we don't know. But Jacobs is kind of primed there in Green Bay to get some volume. But the guys that we mentioned, I don't see any competition. There's just these guys are clear-cut workhorse backs. Again, we mentioned Gibbs, but you got Montgomery, 200 attempts hoarded away from you. That's a problem. Like, I don't care how good you are. And I love Jahmyr Gibbs. It's just Montgomery's got to go down. He's just got to go down. And I'm not wishing anything, but no.
I hate your sounds and that we can't talk over them.
We can't talk over the sound. Once the sounds happen, you can't talk over them. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, it's bullcrap. Get yourself a new sound. There is some great value to be had at running backs. I mean, you could still look at a guy like Austin Eckler. I know you're not impressed with him, but even still, he is going so late. He's going so late, though, that the value is there. So pick him up, sit him on the bench. He's going to have some weeks where he eats, man. I'm telling you, there is great value. We even mentioned Zamir White. He's a value, man. ADP 76. Even if he goes in the 5th round or something, like, he is a value. There is tremendous.
I got to mention this. This just came out yesterday here. It's not the first time someone's counted me out, Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is really, really hungry to come back with a vengeance. So you talk about value. It's a really good point. Nick Chubb could be an absolute beast this year and a workhorse if he comes back healthy. But again, I just posted a video. Check out my Instagram at Fantasy Football Counselor. I did a collab with another page here, Football Forever. And man, it's like, okay, we got a value there and a potential workhorse. So this is the year, man, where you want to maybe get some wide receivers early, and I can lay it all in 16 rounds on how to do it. All right. So grab 16 rounds, use code Smash or Save. We linked it below. Anything else, Tim, you want to add here?
No, man. Sounds good, brother.
Smash it, tap it, slap it. We're going to keep the content rolling for you and bring the energy daily. We appreciate you guys. Leave a comment below. Make it engaging. Tim, we want to engage with them, right?
Hey, we try to respond as often as we can, give you our honest feedback, our honest takes, and sometimes just give you a little bit of bullshit.
That's right. No, we never BS. We're honest here. I mean, BS in regards to, like, you guys come at us, the haters come at you, we come at you. You know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. All right, so that's it, guys. 16 rounds. Grab it. We'll see you guys next video. Hope you guys had some fun with some fantasy football running backs 2024. We'll talk to you guys soon. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Have a good one, guys.
Forever.